We will call the Burlington City Council June 16th, 2015 meeting to order. We'd like to welcome all of you here tonight. We'd also like for you to silence any electronic devices that you may have at this time. May we pray. We thank you for the opportunity to come and gather together on this day, and we ask that you guide and direct our meeting so that it is full of wisdom, productivity, and respect for one another. Thank you for the opportunities you give us to serve you and to serve others. We ask that your wisdom guide us as we accomplish the goals on tonight's agenda. In your name, amen. Next, we have a presentation to the Burlington Royals General Manager, Mr. Ryan Kerr. Ryan, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
It's always a pleasure to hear the good news.
Good. Well, yeah, we have had an unbelievable off-season over at the stadium. After 2014, one of the best years that we had, over 41,000 fans since 2001. The whole stadium took an overhaul, and it needed to happen. As you guys are well aware, that stadium was built in Danville, Virginia, brought here to Burlington in 1958, and a lot of that concourse and grandstand that was reassembled here in Burlington are those original structures. So with that comes a lot of old steel and some old lockers as well. And so this past off-season, starting in October, the complete underhaul of that stadium was gutted and built a brand new locker room for the visiting team, changing area for the umpires, office space, and it truly is remarkable. That it just finished about 2 weeks ago, and going to be ready for what's going to be our 30th year of Appalachian League baseball here. So that's a true testament to the city of Burlington. It's remarkable each and every year the things that get done over there. And there's 160 teams in minor league baseball, and one of them resides here in Burlington. And I think this renovation is going to ensure that there's going to be professional baseball here for a really long time. This got us up to code, and anything that we needed to do from an Appalachian League standpoint in terms of a minor league baseball standpoint, and I speak on behalf of the Royals, the Kansas City Royals, the Appalachian League minor league baseball, and just saying thank you for everything that you guys do to help us out over there. And so I did want to go ahead and bring you guys all a bobblehead. I think it'll look really good on your desk, and then when you guys are thinking about the Royals, you can keep nodding your head yes. So we appreciate all your help and everything. Like I said, this is about to be our 30th year of Appalachian League baseball. So it is pretty crazy. I know when Miles Wolf brought the team here in '86, the team was actually originally going to be going to Marion, South Carolina, in a story that he told. And then in December of '85, they came and talked with Mayor Ketchum, and they were able to get the team here, and in 5 months able to get that stadium ready to have professional baseball, and haven't really looked back since. So in 30 years, welcomed over 1.3 million fans to that stadium, which is pretty neat. So thank you guys for everything that you guys do. We appreciate all of the support. We hope to have an unbelievable season and see you guys out at the stadium. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Now, when can we expect our caps?
You want those caps? I'll bring some caps by.
I just don't want to put you on the spot. Just wanted to make sure.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
They're pretty.
You're very kind.
They're pretty this year, too.
They look good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you very much. We appreciate all you guys do for our community as well. Next will be the Code of Ethics. This time we'd recognize City Clerk Renee Ward. Ms. Ward.
Members of Council, it's my responsibility to remind you of your duty to avoid conflicts of interest in matters that are before us. At this time, I ask if there are any potential conflicts concerning tonight's agenda items.
None. Thank you. Next item is approval of the minutes, June 1st, 2015 work session, June 2, 2015 City Council meeting.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Adoption of the agenda.
We adopt agenda as written.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Consent agenda. These items are typically non-controversial. If anyone has any questions about the following items, please let us know. A, to release a listing of taxes and assessment totaling $193,271.96 for fiscal year ending June 30th, 2015. B, to approve the 2015-16 contract for services in the amount of $80,000 with the Whitsett Fire Department Incorporated. C, Budget Amendment 2015-59, appropriate donations recreation program is spelled out in your agenda. D, Budget Amendment 2015-60, final budget amendment, all funds is spelled out in your agenda. Gee whiz.
I move we approve the consent agenda.
A motion second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. That brings us to unfinished business. Public hearing has been continued to consider an application to rezone from R15 residential district to CR conditional residential district for the use of 109 townhomes, 56 single-family lots. Properties are located on the east and west sides of Capaquin Way and south of South Church Street, shown on the Alamance County Tax Map 3-27, Lot 196, a portion of Lot 197, and Guilford County Partial Identification Number 8844088319. A valid protest petition has been received. This is continued from the May 19th, 2015 City Council meeting. That would be recognizing Ms. Nelson. Ms. Nelson, welcome.
Thank you, and good evening, Mayor and Council. This project has been before you a few times already, so I'll just move quickly. It had the recommendation of staff and the approval from our technical review committee, and the Planning and Zoning Commission recommended denial, and so they came before you to ask for a public hearing. And tonight, I believe they're going to ask for an additional continuance. Mr. Scott Wallace is here to speak to that, and I believe they're getting very close to agreement on the project.
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Wallace, please come forward.
Good evening. I come hat in hand once again. Scott Wallace, president of Keystone Homes. Office is 3708 Alliance Drive in Greensboro, 27407. We would like to request to be for a continuance until July 21st, if that's acceptable to council.
Is that the next meeting, Ms. Clerk, Ms. Ward?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I would move that we continue the public hearing until July 21st.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you, Mr. Wallace.
Thank you.
Under new business, City Council will consider approving an interlocal agreement between the City of Burlington and Town of Gibsonville to establish the terms and conditions for fixed route public transportation services. This time we recognize Mr. Bateman. Welcome, Mr. Bateman.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Greetings from the beach. It's all. I am before you tonight representing the city and its dealings with the Transit Authority. That we are a transit commission that we're setting up. What you have before you is a proposed interlocal agreement between the City of Burlington and the Town of Gibsonville. And it recites the understanding between the parties that the transit system, the urban transit system, will be operated exclusively by the city with advice and recommendations from a transit advisory commission, which will be appointed by this board and one representative from Gibsonville. What we've tried to do, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, is to present you with an agreement that can be a template should other communities desire to enter into it. It will be a simple enough matter just to adopt a future agreement with some other city should they elect to proceed with another entity. Essentially, what this agreement says is that the operation will be solely conducted by Burlington, by this council, that on a quarterly basis, Gibsonville will reimburse us a proportionate or a pro-allocated share of the per mile cost. If you see before you a map that's attached to the agreement, the route that exclusively serves Gibsonville really starts at about the food line on US 70 and goes up into Gibsonville. Once the contract price is determined from our provider in the operating system, That number will be allocated for operations to Gibsonville and be their annual budget cost. We will be doing all the paying here if the council approves this request. And on a quarterly basis, they will be invoiced for their share, and it'll be due within 30 days. The agreement may be terminated by either party upon 1 year's notice. If Gibsonville wants more service than what's currently proposed or in the last budget, any additional costs would also be allocated to them for such additional service. In the event that Gibsonville doesn't agree with a proposed budget for a future year, the agreement is set forth so that they may elect not to proceed with the increase in the budget. If they do, their service will be cut back so it can be provided what they have in their budget. We think it's a workable, from the staff perspective, we think it's a workable solution and allows us to work together. And again, it can easily be tailored to bring in any other municipality that wants to be part of it. And the staff would recommend approval of it. It is acceptable with Gibsonville, I understand. They've had it for several months.
It is acceptable to...
That's my understanding. From the manager.
Any questions for Mr. Bateman? I notice Mayor Williams is here. Mayor Williams, do you have anything to add to this conversation?
No, I don't. Sounds good to me.
Okay.
Need a motion to approve?
Yes.
I move we approve the interlocal agreement with the town of Gibsonville.
Second.
Got a motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Item number 3, City Council will discuss appointments to the advisory boards and commissions. Two things. I would like to read off a list that I put together for the regular commissions and boards, and then when we get to the public transportation, I'd like for us to have more of an open discussion if that meets the okay of the council. Starting with the Burlington, first of all, let me say I would recommend all reappointments. I have heard nothing otherwise. Number 1, Burlington Housing Authority. There's a vacancy. Thomas Whitaker would be placed in that position. Historical Preservation Commission, we have 2 vacancies. Francis Price and Jennifer Fry. Minimum Housing Commission, I would suggest Hillary Hill. Rex and Parks, I would recommend Mr. Craig Turner. Tree and Appearance Commission, Scott Keener and Julie Carter, and I have Clyde Billings down. It's my understanding that that would be a conflict on some other meeting dates for him, so that creates a vacancy, Ms. Kelly, that we probably need to look into. And then the Traffic Commission, Scott Hinkrow. So that would be the recommendation from me in reference to these appointments for these commissions and boards. Any discussion about those appointments? So I back up and say, I'm sorry?
Go ahead.
I back up and say all reappointments we reappoint, and then I would suggest these individuals be placed in these vacancies.
It's my understanding, Mayor, that Clyde Billings, you know, because of a conflict, cannot accept the appointment.
Right.
Tree and Appearance. I would ask that in the event that Hillary Hill is unable to serve, that he be considered for the Minimum Housing Commission.
Okay. All right, so we'll wait. I'm sorry, go ahead.
And in the Tree and Appearance Commission, I would like to see Ms. Julie Brown Carter.
In that vacant.
Yes. I think we have her application on file already.
Well, she's already been
No, that's one of the ones he mentioned.
yeah, he's already mentioned. I've already mentioned that one. She's in.
I thought you said you had 2 on there.
No.
I didn't hear her name called.
I'm sorry. So Ms. Carter is in. So is this acceptable in reference to what we've discussed at this point?
Yes.
It is, yes.
Okay. So let's talk about public transportation. We have the list of people in front of us. Let's start the conversation with some suggestions or comments in reference to people that you would like to see on that committee.
Okay, well, I'll start it off then.
Okay?
My 4 candidates would be Moses Corbett, Ron Hall,
Wait. Okay.
Ron Hall, Moses Corbett, Ron Hall, Mike Mills, and Robin Winteringham. The reason I do that, put those 4 names out there, is because of the diversity that this group would bring to the Transportation Board from all walks of the city. I think it's important that we have that in place on a board like this to show the citizens that we are concerned about each area of the city that we're trying to work in. But those are my 4 candidates.
Okay.
I would add to that those have the first 2 names mentioned, Corbett and Hall, expire in 2017, and Mills and Winteringham expire in 2018.
Okay. I would suggest that we put Howie Norwick on as an alternate.
That's fine with me.
You all right with that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I had him on here as an alternate.
Okay. So let me recap that to make sure we're on the same page. We had a vacancy. We have 4 vacancies: Moses Corbett, Ron Hall, Mike Mills, Robin Winteringham, and the term for Corbett and Hall would be 2017, and for Mills and Winteringham it would be 2018, and the alternate would be Howie Norwick. Okay. So at this point in time, I would entertain a motion to accept all of the above that we have discussed.
Move we accept those appointments.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, thank you. That gives us the public comment, and we have one. At this time, I'd recognize Mayor Lenny Williams from Gibsonville. Mayor Williams, welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Council. I came because I wanted to be on TV tonight, so I want everybody to know I'm not CeeLo Foster. Everybody always gets me mixed up with him, and one lady said, I voted for you last year, and I said, where do you live, Burlington? I said, I'm not CeeLo Foster.
I'm not Lenny Williams either.
Goes both ways, huh?
But be honest with you, I didn't mind it because I'm a lot older than CeeLo. But CeeLo doesn't like it because he thinks he looks old. But I came tonight, though. There was a young man that my wife met when he was about 7 or 8 years old when she was working at the post office. And his name is Mike Nunn. And she called him now the Gentle Giant. But Mike came to Gibsonville at least 4 times in reference to this transit system. And the first time he came, it wasn't really a welcome meeting. But Mike has done an outstanding job in making his presentation to the Gibsonville Council. And I'm so pleased that our council unanimously supports this transit system. And we're waiting for it to get moving. And I'm glad to see that we're heading in that direction. But I do want to pay tribute to Mike because there were at least 2 members of my board at one point was against it. But after they listened to Mike, not me, but they listened to Mike, and Mike was so good at it, they all joined and supported. So we're looking forward to working with you. I might change the name to the Gibsonville Burlington Transit System, not Burlington, Gibsonville. But anyway, we're looking forward to working with you, and we're glad to see it in place. So, but again, I know Mike is not here, but he's done an excellent job in convincing our board and our community that
Good.
The transit is needed. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Williams. That brings us to City Council comments. I'll start. I'll apologize for not recognizing tonight that Councilmember Butler is out. He's on vacation, so we'll excuse him for a vacation. City Council comments. Burlington Maker takeover is happening at the Downtown Depot on June 18th from 5 p.m. to 8. Coffee with a Cop on Friday, June 19th at Chick-fil-A off Garden Road. Our next City Council meeting is July 21st, 2015 at 7 p.m. Also, I would mention that we only have 1 meeting in July and 1 in August. Is that correct? I think the council mentioned at some point in time about going casual at those next 2 meetings in July and August, which what that means is no suits and ties. So.
Okay with me.
Okay. So there's no need to ask. In July, the meeting in July will be casual. In August, will be casual. Right. And I'll make sure Councilmember Butler gets that information as well.
Mayor, will you be wearing a swimsuit to these meetings?
I'll be wearing a tank top. That's payback to you, my good friend. Any other
Mayor,
comments?
can I mention
from
one
council?
thing about Gibsonville?
Sure.
Ben Baxley, their manager, meets with our staff on a weekly basis, working with transit, and I know he didn't want to take credit, but Mayor Williams really took a leadership role. Of all the local governments we dealt with over the last couple of years, he really took a leadership role in working with his council and working with us and asked great questions, and we're very appreciative of that, Mayor.
Absolutely. Any other comments from council?
I've got one, Mayor.
Okay.
I want to thank Parks and Recs for the great day we had at North Park on June 6th. Staff was wonderful. Tony, Lisa, Jane, William, Vanessa, Jim, Terry, Bo, Rachel, and all the feedback that we got from everybody that was there was unbelievable. The improvements that we made at North Park, the people really appreciated. You know, we had so many people attend that the lines were outside of the pool. People had to wait to attend. So that just shows if we make improvements around here, they will come. And I'm really proud of our Parks and Recs Department for what they've done at North Park and the city as a whole. People enjoy it. People enjoy it. And it's a good thing to see them do that. I even did hot dogs with a group over there. We did the chef. There's a picture on the website for the chef group. Yeah, I was in the background back there. It was me this time, not you. But anyway, thanks, Parks and Recs, for the wonderful job you did at North Park.
Thank you very much, Mr. Foster.
Any other comments from council? Not, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.